Welcome to Goalie's Pip Academy. How do engineers build these incredible structures that can hold thousands of cars, withstand powerful winds, and last for centuries? Today, we're exploring the fascinating world of bridge building. From ancient stone arches that have stood for thousands of years to modern marvels that stretch across entire bays and connect islands to mainlands. We'll discover the science that keeps bridges standing, the different types of bridges around the world, and the incredible engineering challenges that bridge builders face every day. Bridges are more than just ways to get from one place to another. They're engineering marvels that change how people live, see a work, and explore. Throughout history, bridges have connected communities, opened up trade routes, and helped people cross obstacles that once seemed impossible to overcome. Let's look at the main types of bridges. First, there's the beam bridge, the simplest kind. It's just a horizontal beam supported at each end like a plank across a puddle. Beam bridges are great for short distances, but get wobbly if they're too long. Next, we have arch bridges. These curved structures have been around for thousands of years. The ancient Romans built stone arch bridges that are still standing today. The Pont de Garde aqueduct in France and the Pons Aemilius in Rome are examples that have survived since ancient times. Then there are suspension bridges, with their iconic towers and cables. These are perfect for spanning long distances, like the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Cable-stayed bridges might look similar to suspension bridges, but they work differently. Instead of having cables running from tower to tower, the cables connect directly from the towers to the roadway, creating a pattern that looks like giant fans. The Sunshine Skyway Bridge in Florida and the Millau Viaduct in France are famous examples. We also have truss bridges, which use a framework of connected triangles to distribute weight and provide strength. Many railway bridges use this design because it's excellent for supporting heavy loads. Now, let's take a quiz to see what we've learned so far. Multiple choice question. Which of these bridge types is best for spanning very long distances over water? A. Beam bridge. B. Arch bridge. C. Suspension bridge. D. Truss bridge.
Is your little one working on finding their words? You're not alone in this journey. At Goalie, we've developed a speech and language system to support early learners. Our goal? To help kids learn their first 50 words. Here's what makes Goalie special. Interactive apps designed by expert speech therapists. We make ad-free content like this one to support our learning, and our app for parents lets you track your child's progress. Every child develops at their own pace, and Goalie is here to provide that extra boost. Our system has already helped thousands of families across America to support their children's communication skills. Visit getgoalie.com today and use the code YouTube10 for 10% off your first purchase. Again, that's getgoalie.com to give your learner a boost in speech.
If you said C, suspension bridge, you're absolutely right. Great job. Now let's dig deeper into how bridges are actually built. It all starts on paper, or more likely, on computer screens, with detailed plans. Bridge engineers use math, physics, and computer models to design every part of the bridge. They calculate exactly how strong each piece needs to be, and how forces like wind, weight, and even earthquakes might affect the structure. Then comes site preparation. For bridges over water, this often means building cofferdams, temporary walls that hold back water so workers can build the bridge foundations on dry land. The foundation is the most important part of any bridge. Without a solid foundation, the entire structure could collapse. Bridge foundations often extend deep underground to reach bedrock, solid rock that won't move or shift. For underwater foundations, engineers might use huge concrete structures called piers that are built on land and then floated into position. Once the foundations are secure, construction of the main structure begins. For large bridges, special cranes and equipment are brought in. Did you know that bridge builders have to think about temperature? Steel expands when it gets hot and contracts when it's cold. That's why bridges have expansion joints, special gaps that allow the bridge to grow and shrink without breaking. As bridge sections are completed, they're carefully tested to make sure they can handle the weight they'll need to support. Engineers use special sensors to measure how much the bridge moves under different conditions, and they check for any signs of weakness. Now let's take our second quiz, true or false. Bridges have expansion joints, special gaps that allow the bridge to grow and shrink without breaking. If you said true, you're correct. You're doing great learning about bridges. Now let's explore some of the amazing materials used to build these incredible structures. Stone was one of the first bridge building materials. The ancient Romans used stone to build arches that have lasted for more than 2,000 years. Wood has been used for centuries too, especially in places with lots of forests. Wooden bridges are quick to build but need more maintenance and don't last as long as stone or modern materials. Cast iron became popular during the Industrial Revolution, allowing for stronger, longer bridges. Today, most large bridges use steel, concrete, or a combination of both. Steel is incredibly strong for its weight and can be formed into almost any shape. Concrete is strong under compression, being squished, but weak under tension, being pulled. That's why engineers often use reinforced concrete, which has steel rods embedded in it to provide strength in both directions. Some modern bridges even use advanced materials like carbon fiber, which is stronger than steel but much lighter. These materials help make bridges that are not only stronger but also more beautiful and efficient. The future of bridge building is incredibly exciting. Engineers are developing smart bridges with sensors that can detect damage before it becomes dangerous. Some bridges are being designed to generate their own electricity using solar panels or wind turbines. Others are exploring ways to make bridges more environmentally friendly, using recycled materials or designing them to collect rainwater for nearby communities. Okay, time for our last quiz. Multiple choice question. What modern material is lighter, but even stronger than steel? A, wood, B, carbon fiber, C, plastic, D, stone. If you said B, carbon fiber, then well done. That's right. Throughout history, bridges have been symbols of progress and connection. They bring people together, help ideas spread, and make our world feel a little smaller and more connected. So the next time you're crossing a bridge, take a moment to look around and think about all the incredible work that went into building it. Think about the thousands of people who worked together to create something so amazing. And remember, you're traveling across something that people once thought was impossible. That's the true magic of bridges.
Is your little one working on finding their first words? You're not alone in this journey. At Goalie, we've developed a speech and language system to support early language learners. Our goal is to help kids learn their first 50 words. Here's what makes Goalie special. First is we have interactive apps designed by expert speech therapists. We make ad-free content like this to support learning. And lastly, our app for parents lets you track your child's progress. Every child develops at their own pace, and at Goalie, we're here to provide that extra boost. Our system has already helped thousands of families across America support their kids' communication needs. Visit getgoalie.com and use code YouTube10 for 10% off your first purchase. Again, that's getgoalie.com to give your learner a boost in speech.